Greetings, and yes, Johnny Matthews with Cannabis Talk Show Live, and I am at a very special event with two powerful women in the cannabis industry. And I'm with a young lady named Sunshine and a young lady named Amber, who are the founders of an organization called Supernova. Ladies, thanks for being a part of Cannabis Talk Show Live. How are you both?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Amber. Sunshine, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. It's always wonderful to be in Los Angeles where it's warmer and I don't need to have 5 layers to walk outside at night.
Can't amazing, as we say. Well, you know what, ladies, if you would, tell us a little bit about Supernova, how you guys just decided to get into the cannabis industry, and how people can get in touch with this wonderful organization. As we say, can-amazing organization, women empowerment.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Amber.
So Supernova Women, we are a group of women that came together to work to empower people of color to become self-sufficient shareholders within the cannabis industry. So we're working to build people up to run and own their own businesses. And we do that through education, advocacy, and networking. And the way we came into this, I met Sunshine. She and I met at a Women Grow event, actually, and we were the only, some of the only women of color there. I think there were maybe 3 there that evening.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. And Sunshine was looking for a job, and I happened to work for a consulting firm that was hiring. And so I actually got Sunshine an interview the next day, and she was hired on the spot.
Nice.
Because Sunshine is awesome.
Nice. Sister love.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sister
And
love
so
started there.
We were working with this consulting firm, helping groups win licenses, cannabis business licenses in Maryland at the time. And we were writing applications for these groups, and these groups were very well funded and also very white. And we saw how much money, how much capital they had behind them, and we saw what was happening. We're like, oh my gosh, you know, like, these people are so well capitalized. What are we going to do about our communities that are not, and we don't have this information? Like, how can we give this information to our people that we are giving to these well-funded businesses that are paying us $60,000 to write these apps? How can we turn around and give this to our community for free? And so Sunshine, Nina Parks, and I formed Supernova, and what we just decided to do was figure out ways to give our communities this information at either very little to no cost. And so we held we formed in November of 2015. We held our first event in downtown Oakland in January of 2016. It was a panel discussion. We had 2 panels. First one talked about the kind of the legal landscape of cannabis as it was back then in 2016. And the second panel was a panel of entrepreneurs talking about their experiences in the space, but it was all POC entrepreneurs. And it was packed. You know, we had, I think, 100 people that night, standing room only.
Nice.
And we said, wow, you know, there's a real need for these kinds of conversations, and we need to keep doing this. And so we did it in San Francisco. We came down here to LA, and we did an event. We did an event in Boston, and it was the same recurring theme. It was packed out rooms, POCs, all very hungry for this information. And so we've just been working to really kind of push that envelope forward and figure out ways that we can help bring more information to and bring our people together so that we can collaborate and talk about some of these issues and things that we're facing in the industry.
All right. Sunshine, give us your take and share some of your comments about what Amber just touched upon.
Yeah, and I think, so Amber talked a lot about our outward-facing projects and programs. And I think that, for some people, when we have gone silent, so to speak, and there has been gaps between our events, they're wondering what we've been up to. And I think it's important to remind people that we are an organization that was founded on the premise that we are all trying to become stakeholders in this industry. So when we're silent, it's because we are a part-time organization with full-time dreams of having a toehold in the cannabis industry. And this year in California has been really challenging for all of us in that we have been regulated in ways that none of these companies have ever been regulated. We've had our laws changed twice in 1 year. We've got a third set of rules coming out, and anybody who has been part of that is consumed by that process. And then also we do a lot of internal policy work, working with other organizations like the Hood Incubator, the Minority Cannabis Business Association, to make sure that information sharing is happening so that people can get a quick understanding of what's happening on the ground in the different states. We just had a statewide equity bill get signed by Governor Brown that Senator Bradford invited my co-founders to testify about this past spring. So Amber, Nina, and Andrea provided oral testimony in support of some of the foundational issues that we think have to be resolved if there's going to be racial justice, inclusion, and a diverse cannabis industry within California. And that makes California the only other state other than Massachusetts to have a state-level equity program, so to speak. It still has to be developed and implemented, and we're looking to figure out ways to partner with more organizations and to work with other groups to push that forward while still maintaining our fundamental belief, which is we all need to own a piece, because if we don't own a piece, who will? And it's really important that we try and create the stability for each of us within the organization to be able to keep that conversation going.
Absolutely. Ken, amazing. Well, ladies, tell us how we can contact Supernova. And I know you guys have tired. It's been a great event tonight, and we're going to shut down after you guys give us that info, contact information. And if you have any information about your upcoming events, let us know about that as well. Sunshine, Amber, who wants to start?
I'll take it. So, as you can hear in the background, it's every event we have is one that no one wants to leave, and I know that I'll be talking about every moment of it for the rest of the night. It is really nice in 2018 to be able to look out at a bunch of beautiful brown and black faces like we were able to tonight, and we are at all of our events, and also to have our allies understand the importance of supporting this space for us. So we have a couple of upcoming events in October. It's already October. On October 1st, we're participating in the Marijuana and Equity Summit. It's a summit being put on by California-based organizations, the Hood Incubator, the Community Partners for Health, and also, what's Malachi Sekou Amen's organization? I'm sorry, it is 10 p.m. Thank you. California Urban Partnership. I'm sorry, Malachi. The three principal groups have been provided resources by the California Endowment to try and educate the non-cannabis community around what's happening in cannabis. So activists and community organizations. October 1st, it's free. You can go to the Hood Incubator on Facebook to find out how to sign up. Then also we have a networking event on October 5th with Minority Cannabis Business Association in Oakland. That is donation-based. It will be in the evening, first Friday at EVB Gallery. You can find out about that via our social media. And generally speaking, the best way to stay in touch, which may not be as accessible to those of us who don't like to deal with social media, is via our social media. I'm sorry, we're working on mailing lists. We will never mail a paper thing to you. But if you go to @Supernova Women on Instagram, you will see real-time updates on what's happening on the ground and what we have coming up.
Awesome.
And we also have another event happening at the end of October, October 26th in Boston, in the Roxbury, at a place called Black Market. And we'll be hosting another one of these Gravitate events like we did tonight here in Inglewood. We'll be taking the show out to the East Coast.
All right, taking the Gravitate. Supernova's going on the road. Well, thank you, ladies, for being a part of Cannabis Talk Show Live. Much success, continued success as you move forward in this can-amazing industry.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good night. Cannabis Talk Show Live. Johnny Matthews, we are out.